Okay, thank you for looking at the BTEC Technical Award in Music Practice. Hopefully it's something a number of you are interested in. So I'm just going to go straight in with the information. So initially, I think this is a really good practical engaging course, and it gives you obviously a chance to engage with music. But predominantly the good thing about this course is it's largely practically based, but still gives you the opportunity to learn about a number of different musical styles. So we'll come on to a little bit of detail on that in a moment. Our students who currently study it like the practical nature of it, but the quite relaxed practical nature of it as well. You get lots of opportunity to create, lots of opportunity to compose and perform, and a lot of freedom to do that as well, which is obviously something that's not always the case. But you get an opportunity to develop as a performer, as a composer, understand more about how the music industry works, and show appreciation to a lot of different styles as well. So going straight in with the components, component one is about exploring the music industry. So the first thing that you would do is, and I'll come on to the breakdown of this in a moment, but essentially there are three components. Two are assessed internally and one is an externally assessed unit, all of which have practical elements to it. So this particular one is talking about exploring the music industry and exploring music products. So one of the things we have to do is look at a range of different musical genres, and then think about how you present that practically, composing music, listening to music, and thinking about how job roles work together as well. And a large part of this is you actually producing pieces, composed pieces, so pieces you write. It can be composing things for film, it can be performing things, it can be composing on a computer or in real life. There's lots of flexibility to how this is done, and we never put you on the spot to perform in front of other people as well. So when you present that work, the likelihood is that you'll be asked to present your audio files, whatever format that may take. You may have recorded them, you may do them on something like BandLab, for example, and any notes that you've made alongside that would be your evidence for this piece of work. For component two, we look at developing musical skills, and this is very much about exploring a specific instrument particularly. Now I know a number of people who may be interested, maybe a little bit less experienced in certain instruments, and that's fine. As part of this course we offer a free 20-minute GCSE or BTEC lesson with an instrumental teacher. So whatever instrument you wanted to learn, we would make time for you weekly to spend time with that teacher and for them to help you with your skills. This component is normally done relatively late on, so that those people who aren't currently instrumentalists aren't too disadvantaged from doing this unit. So we tend to do this one a bit later than we do component one. But essentially it's about performing, it's about showing practice technique and showing improvement in what you do rather than just it being good. It's about you showing that you've made improvement over time. And finally, component three, which is the external unit, is about you putting everything together that you learn across the course. So different things about genres, things about how you perform things, and they'll give you a musical brief of some kind. So they'll tell you what they want you to do, and then you would be expected to basically represent that. So it could be that they gave you a theme and a piece of audio and said turn that into a piece of music, and you could do that in any number of ways. It could be that they give you some written notation for a small segment, and it may be that you need to add something in there as well, but there's a lot of flexibility to how this works, which I think our students have always responded really well to. So how it's assessed, just to break that down from what we were just saying there. First of all, there are two 30% internal coursework units. So we assess them as a school. We work with them over, it's usually 12 hours for the internal units. So 12 hours of lesson time would be given to these units, and then students would submit their work. I grade it and it goes off for double checking with the exam board. And that makes up 60% of the course. So 60% of the course is actually assessed internally before we get around to the final grade unit, which is marked by the exam board, and that equates to 40% of it as well. So in terms of what it leads on to, we have BTEC level 3 music. We tend to do music technology at the school, but we have also previously done A-level, which obviously may be an option when students get your child or you individually, if you're watching the video, get around to it. But at the moment we do music technology, which is very successful and gets high numbers onto university as well. So there are a number of career roles existing, from performance to production, and again a number of our students have gone into these different routes from this course. and from our BTECs in general. And again, we have a high level of success in sending them off to prestigious universities from here. And even if you don't look at taking the career further, it also has teamwork skills, it has confidence skills, and it helps show a well-rounded individual if you were to pursue another subject area. I know, for example, Cambridge and Oxford universities are now starting to look beyond the core subjects to see if people have a different skill or a different level of personality to make them more personable going forwards as well. And finally, if there are any further questions on the course, please just drop me an email. I'm more than happy to help with anything with regards to any questions you may have as well.